सभी को नमस्कार। टुडे वी आर at the second day of Shiksha Saptah. Before starting my presentation, I want to communicate with all of you that in the anniversary of fourth year of foundational literacy numeracy implementation, Government of India is celebrating Shiksha Saptah from 22nd July to 28th July to celebrate, to commemorate the new education policy and mainly the importance of foundational literacy numeracy in NEP 2020. On this chain of celebration, today is the second day, and in second day we are focusing on foundational literacy numeracy day, and this is mainly for that to awareness all the stakeholders of foundational literacy numeracy to make our education system strengthen. So before going to this part, I want to communicate that in our system, when earlier it found that a maximum number of children throughout the country is do not able to read and write properly even in the when they are getting past 7th 8th class, and when they were coming to the ninth or 10th class, they are, it has seen that the children can even not able to read and write properly. So it is really a main concern, and to address this issue, Government of India in the new education policy 2020 has focused on the foundational literacy and numeracy, which is basically to strengthen the literacy and numeracy skill of the children. It is also, there is a target, there is a deadline that by 2026-27 each and every child by passing class 3 should have the basic minimum knowledge of literacy and numeracy. Here I want to say that literacy is what? Literacy means a child will able to read, write, speak and communicate with others with the minimum skills. जैसे कि वो किसी से बात कर पाए ठीक से, वो किसी से कम्युनिकेट कर पाए, थोड़ा सा जो उसका जो लिख पाए और पढ़ भी पाए. एंड द सेम थिंग न्यूमेरेसी जो है हमारे बेसिक मैथमेटिकल स्किल्स उसको आना चाहिए. ही और सी कैन काउंट द नंबर्स, ही और सी कैन डू द बेसिक मैथमेटिकल प्रिंसिपल, दैट इज द फोर बेसिक ऑपरेशंस जो है एडिशन, सब्ट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, डिवीजन, ऑल दिस थिंग्स ही और सी कैन do properly the basic. So this is all about that foundational literacy numeracy, and to strengthen the foundational literacy numeracy, it is the role of each and every stakeholder in our community. The first stakeholder is that for strengthening education, the school is of course the first stakeholder we are taking, and the second we are taking care of the children, and we are making sure that the foundational literacy numeracy will be strengthened by different type of strategies and ideas at our school level. At the same time, we also expect the second stakeholder, which is the key, who plays a key role in building the children's holistic development. They are the parents, because the child always stays with the parents, maximum time with the parents, and here the role of parents is very crucial to strengthen the foundational literacy and numeracy. So if you have seen that our honorable PM Sri Narendra Modi is having a very clear vision that foundational literacy numeracy must be strengthened in each and every corner of the country. He has given a very nice line that each and every child should learn to read, so that in further time the child will develop interest and read to learn. So it is basically this movement is the key line is the learn to read to learn. So without wasting much time, let's discuss about this one, that the what are the main objectives of this foundational literacy and of this webinar. So if you will see that the main objectives of this webinar is that to understand the significance of early literacy and numeracy, as I told that a child's brain is getting developed 85% by the age of 5. So here it is the main role. That's why the government of India and all the stakeholders have just thought that the education should be at the early child, when ECC level, that early childhood care and education must be given much significance and much important, so that the holistic development, the overall growth and development of a child can be attained properly. So this is the main objective of this. Then the second objective, what are the effective strategies for parents and community to get involved for the foundational development of foundational literacy and numeracy. So importance of foundational literacy, it is the first of all, it is the basis for academic success. Early literacy is crucial for later academic achievements across subjects. Of course, when a child able to read any sentence, then a book or a sentence and comprehend it, then of course the child can answer it. In general, what being a school, if I will say that in general school we are saying that we have seen that in mathematics, especially in mathematics, the children now do not able to solve the word problems. But at the same time, if we make them understand about their own language, in their own language, then the child can do the mathematics. That means एक बच्चा जब एक मैथमेटिक्स सॉल्व एक वर्ड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं कर पाता है, लेकिन वही वक्त अगर हम उसको हिंदी में समझा देते हैं या तो उड़िया में समझा देते हैं तो वो कर लेता है. तो हियर यहाँ पर सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि बच्चा उस चैप्टर उस लाइन को रीड नहीं कर पा रहा है, एंड द चाइल्ड इज ऑल्सो नॉट एबल टू कंप्रीहेंड इट, उसको समझ नहीं पा रहा है बच्चा. तो एक बार वो पढ़ लेगा और समझ लेगा तो उसको वो मैथ कर लेता है. दैट मीन यहाँ पर मैथमेटिक्स में प्रॉब्लम नहीं, यहाँ पर न्यूमेरिसी स्किल में द चाइल्ड इज नॉट हैविंग लेकिंग बिहाइंड, बट द चाइल्ड इज लेकिंग बिहाइंड इन द लिटरेसी स्किल. लेकिन हम क्या करते हैं इन जनरली, क्या होता है कि वो मैथ नहीं कर पाता, वी आर थिंकिंग. So here the role of foundational literacy is coming, that because each and every subject, हमारे जनरली कहा जाता है कि each and every subject is a language subject. क्योंकि अगर लैंग्वेज उसको नहीं पता है, अगर वो इंग्लिश नहीं समझ पाता, हिंदी नहीं समझ पाता, या तो जो भी लैंग्वेज है, अगर उस लैंग्वेज को समझ नहीं पाएगा, उसमें अगर पढ़ नहीं पाएगा, तो वो उसके बाद तो वो कुछ भी नहीं कर पाएगा. बिकॉज द मेन इनपुट कम्स टू योर माइंड, our mind of a child through the language. So that's why children who read well in the early grades are more likely to excel in their academic career. Then after, it also enhances the cognitive skill. It develops the critical thinking, imagination, creativity. In the later time we will see that how it can be whenever a child reading a different type of books. We are having a different type of books, and nowadays in the technical era, every information is readily available with each and every child. The child always nowadays most of the children are also getting addicted to the mobile phones, and if you have seen through mobile phones they are also seeing a number of numerous videos, and with that of course there is a very harmful effect on their brain. But at the other side, if you will see, there is a that the child's imagination, critical thinking also getting developed. But here I will not say that I am not promoting the mobile phones. Here, rather than to giving them the mobile phones, we can give them nice books, nice reading books, story books, by which the child will develop interest for reading. And then after, the language proficiency supports better understanding and so when a child, whenever we are giving a book to a child and a child is seeing the books, that okay, the books is having a very good pictures, nice illustrations are there, colorful images are there, so the child will develop automatically, the child will develop the interest to read the story. And once the child will read the story, then after, the child will create some imagination in his mind, in his or her mind, that what the child is all about. Then after, he will just thought to himself that uske baad what will happen next, what will happen next. So at that time our role is also important. The role of the parents facilitates lifelong learning. Literacy skills are fundamental for ongoing education and personal development. It empowers individuals to access information, engage in lifelong learning, and participate fully in society. So this is all about that, the foundation literacy. Once the child will be able to confident enough to read and write and to comprehend anything, then of course he or she will develop a self esteem, self confidence, and it will, of course, it will engage it will make him strong about the lifelong learning and participate fully in society. Then it is also critical for problem solving, as I just now I told that whenever it is it may be mathematical problem, it may be any other problem, but when the child will not able to comprehend anything, then how can we expect that the child will able to solve the problem? So that's why it is the numeracy skill are essential for logical thinking and problem solving. They help children understand and apply mathematical concepts in real life situations. It is also essential for everyday life. Basic numeracy is required for daily tasks such as budgeting, shopping, cooking, each and everything. These are the life skills, so it is very required. It helps in understanding time, measurement, and managing finances. So foundation for advanced mathematical concepts also is early numeracy skills from groundwork for more complex mathematical learning. So whenever that education is all about that, the from simple to complex system. So if we will that will integrate the simple, we will make the child to learn about the some simple concepts of mathematics, then the child will able to, of course, for in the further learning process, the child can do the complex mathematical learnings. So it is the first aim is that the child should have a basic foundation numeracy, which is known as the foundational numeracy. So they are essential for careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That is the, in short form we are saying nowadays STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics both. So the child will be proficient and will develop interest in the STEM. So here comes about the role of the parents. What the, so as I told that the parents are the first teacher of children. When the child learns, grows, the first learning comes from the mother, and of course the other the near family members, those who are staying with the child. From all of those are the parents of the children, and they are known as the first children. Sorry, all the near relatives are the first teachers of children, and the main role is here mother and father are playing a very crucial role at the as the first teacher of the child. So parents are the child's first and most influential teachers. Early parental engagement has a profound impact on a child's academic development. So whenever a child is growing, getting old, growing in the, suppose a child is in the class of age of 2 or 3, the child starts to learn about the simple words. The child starts to learn about the languages. He or she develops the how to speak small words. The child is, so here the role of the parents is very important. What the parents should learn, first of all the parents should create a supporting environment. What do you mean by supporting environment? Where the supporting environment, first of all the supporting ये नहीं है कि हम स्टार्टिंग से ही बच्चों को बुक्स दे दें, ये नहीं है. सपोर्टिंग एनवायरनमेंट ये है कि जब बच्चा बढ़ रहा है, जब धीरे धीरे बड़ा हो रहा है, तो each and every one should have an interest to talk with the child, to give the child must feel comfortable with each and every one. सबके साथ वो comfort हो, because चाइल्ड का जो ब्रेन है वो भी डेवलप हो रहा है, एंड इट इज रिसीविंग वेरी ए लॉट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इन ए वेरी फास्ट वे. सो यहाँ पर हमारा रोल है दैट ए होम रीच इन लिटरेसी एंड न्यूमेरेसी रिसोर्स सपोर्ट अर्ली लर्निंग. लिटरेसी एंड न्यूमेरेसी का रिसोर्स मतलब ये नहीं कि बस बुक्स देना है. छोटे बच्चे हैं तो हम उसको कैसे, जैसे कि हम जब उससे बात कर रहे हैं, हम उसको कहानी सुना रहे हैं, तो कहानी के माध्यम से हम उसको लिटरेसी और न्यूमेरेसी स्किल डेवलप करवा सकते हैं. छोटे छोटे कहानियां बच्चों को हम सुनाते हैं, एंड द चाइल्ड इज लर्न कीन टू लर्न द लिसन द स्टोरीज. देन आफ्टर द चाइल्ड ट्राई टू स्पीक दो स्टोरीज टू अदर्स ऑल्सो. तो उसमें क्या होता है, छोटे छोटे वर्ड को वो जोड़ के वो स्टोरी बताना चाहता है, लेकिन उससे क्या होता है द चाइल्ड्स लिटरेसी स्किल इज गेटिंग डेवलप्ड. Parents can provide books, educational toys, and create a learning friendly environment. Rather than giving them the mobile phones or the technological related devices, we can give them the toys, educational toys, where the child will learn something, the child will play with the toys. Maybe it will every child is unique, तो कुछ कुछ बच्चे थोड़ा सा देर में सीख सकते हैं, लेकिन there is a the child will start to learn through the प्ले वे बेस्ड मेथड. दैट इज द, हम जिसे कहते हैं आजकल टॉयज भी काफी टॉयज पहले से भी था, लेकिन उसी को आपको इंपॉर्टेंस देते हुए द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज आल्सो स्टार्टेड वन पेडागोजी, दैट इज द चाइल्ड टॉय बेस्ड पेडागोजी इज आल्सो इंट्रोड्यूस्ड, बिकॉज द टॉयज आर ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन द चाइल्ड्स लर्निंग. So parents can encourage the reading and numeracy activities also. Parents can read their children and encourage them to explore books. Simple activities like counting objects, measuring ingredients, and playing number games enhances numeracy. तो जब मदर जैसे बच्चे जनरली क्या होते हैं, जब मदर से फादर कुकिंग करते हैं तो बच्चों के साथ वहां पर जाकर रहते हैं, तो वहां पर हम बच्चों को दे सकते हैं बहुत सारे गेम खेलने के लिए कि काउंट करो इंग्रेडिएंट्स क्या क्या है, कितने इंग्रेडिएंट्स कहाँ पर रखा हुआ है. अगर उसको थोड़ा सा बड़ा होता है, थोड़ा इन द वन पिंच, जैसे कि मेजरमेंट का जो स्केल नहीं होता कि ए वन पिंच सॉल्ट कितना होता है, या तो वन पिंच ऑफ सुगर दो, वन स्पून ऑफ सुगर. सो दीज आर द मेजरिंग यूनिट which can also be told to parent, also to the students, and gradually जैसे जैसे वो बड़े होते जाएंगे हम उसको वो फर्दर लर्निंग करते जाएंगे, बट द बेसिक लर्निंग जो है वो घर से शुरू होता है. This is also very important that the reading together daily, as I told that the child always imitates to the others. बच्चा वही करता है जो वो देखता है. हम बच्चों को बोलेंगे कि आप बैठ के पढ़ाई करो या तो आप ये किताब लिखो, और हम उसके साथ में बैठ के अगर हम टीवी देख रहे हैं या तो मोबाइल फोन देख रहे हैं, तो बच्चा कभी भी पढ़ने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेगा. क्यों नहीं लेगा? बिकॉज द चाइल्ड इज सीइंग दैट माय फादर और माय मदर इज डूइंग द सेम एक्टिविटी, देन व्हाई शुड रीड। तो क्योंकि बच्चों का उतना डेवलपमेंट, उतना माइंड मैच्योर नहीं होता है, तो वो ये नहीं समझ पाएंगे कि पढ़ना उनके लिए। तो उनको पढ़ने के लिए द पेरेंट्स हैज टू आल्सो सीट विद देम। और ये रीडिंग हैबिट डेवलप करने के लिए हम ये कर सकते हैं दैट द डेली रूटीन में पेरेंट्स पढ़े और उसके साथ बच्चे को भी पढ़ने के लिए दे। आप एक कोई एक स्टोरी बुक पढ़िए, या तो आपको जो पसंद है वो पढ़िए, एंड उसके साथ साथ बच्चों को भी बिठाए, सो दैट द चाइल्ड विल सी दैट ओके दिस माय पेरेंट्स आर डूइंग दिस एक्टिविटी, सो आई विल आल्सो डू। सो चूज ए वेराइटी ऑफ बुक्स दैट इंटरेस्ट द चाइल्ड एंड आर एज अप्रोप्रिएट। छोटा बच्चा है, जैसे कि 4 साल का बच्चा है, हम उसको कोई स्टोरी बुक जिसमें कि बहुत सारे लंबा लंबा लाइंस लिखा हुआ देंगे तो वो नहीं पढ़ेगा, बिकॉज ही विल नॉट टेक इट। रेदर देन अगर हम उसको कॉमिक्स बुक देंगे जहां पर कि बच्चों को बहुत बड़े बड़े पिक्चर्स हैं और वहां पर एक लाइन बस लिखा हुआ है और वे बहुत ही सिंपल लाइन में लिखा गया होगा, तो उस टाइप के बुक्स अगर हम उनको देंगे तो इट विल बी वेरी वेरी बेनिफिशियल फॉर द चिल्ड्रन ऑल्सो। So playing educational games, engage in games that promote literacy and numeracy such as word puzzles, number games and educational apps. Those are also very very useful for the parent. इंटीग्रेटिंग मैथ्स इनटू डेली एक्टिविटी लाइक व्हेनेवर, जैसे कि आप मार्केट जा रहे हैं, कहीं पर जा रहे हैं, तो बच्चों को लेके तो ईच एंड एवरी टाइम मैथमेटिक्स का कोई कोई कंसेप्ट हम दे सकते हैं। एडिशन, सब्ट्रैक्शन कैन वी कैन टीच देम वेरी इजीली। ग्रुपिंग ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट, एक ऑब्जेक्ट को अलग अलग ग्रुप में डिवाइड करने के लिए हम बता सकते हैं। मार्केट में कहीं पर जस्ट आई विल आल्सो से दैट कि आप जब मार्केट में जाते हैं तो बच्चों को बोलिए कि दे विल काउंट द कि कितने पैसा हुआ, कितना दुकानदार को देना है और कितना लेना है। लेट देम टू डू दोज ट्रांजैक्शंस बाय देमसेल्फ। आप बस साथ में बी ए फैसिलिटेटर विद द चाइल्ड इन द लर्निंग प्रोसेस एंड प्रमोट देम। उनको बोलिए कि चलो तुम पैसा दो, कि कितना पैसा हुआ। अब अगर 1 किलो आलू का रेट हम एट द टाइम ऑफ कभी अगर मार्केटिंग करके आते हैं तो बच्चे जनरली बैठे रहते हैं, तो लेट देम सिट टुगेदर आल्सो। और वहां पर नॉर्मली बातों बातों में कि आज आलू का रेट इतना है, कल 15 रुपया था, आज 17 रुपया हो गया, तो देन जस्ट गिव ए क्वेश्चन टू द चाइल्ड दैट अच्छा बताओ तो कितना रुपया पड़ गया। तो these are the very small common mathematical skills that we can develop among the children. Use shopping trips to discuss prices and make calculations. Count items during outdoor course or play. कितने आइटम्स कहाँ पर रखना है। तो these are the small activity। हम उनको beads दे सकते हैं, हम उनको marbles दे सकते हैं। We can give them small toys for these activities. तो एट द सेम टाइम एज आई टोल्ड दैट द पेरेंट्स तो है ही, तो फादर एंड मदर एट द कम्युनिटी मींस द नियर रिलेटिव, जिनके साथ बच्चा मिलता है, उनके घर के आसपास, घर के अदर मेंबर्स। ऐसा नहीं है कि बस बच्चा हमारे घर से ही सीखता है। द चाइल्ड इज आल्सो गोइंग टू द नियर अबाउट नेबर्स फैमिली। ईच व्हेनेवर द चाइल्ड इज गोइंग टू द a park or the outside, he or she also talks with others also. So here the role of the community is also important। एक जैसे if you will see that the developed countries, so you can see that the child upbringing of a child is the collective responsibility of the community, not it is the only responsibility of the parents, rather than it is the responsibility of the community. So like that here also we have to develop that trend that the community is also responsible for each and every child, not only the child. So whenever a child goes to the belonging, or whenever a child is going to any other places, the he or she should found that each and every corner of the society is a learning corner. So here the libraries also plays a very important role. Community centers, local business can offer resources like books, educational materials, and internet accesses. This is mainly for of course this is we are the more fortunate parents that we are having all this. But there are also some deprived level of children, are there deprived class of children are there, those who are having very poor or the financially stability है नहीं, तो उन लोगों के लिए भी the community can help for those children that they can get a helping hand towards them and to let them to learn about all these things to provide by providing them the educational materials and because internet has access to get them connected to the world. So literacy rich environment also we can create public spaces with signs, posters and information in accessible language, foster a culture of reading. Whenever a child is going to the जैसे कि बहुत सारे जगह पर लिखा रहता है, बहुत सारे इवन nowadays you can see that in the road sides also the walls are having very beautiful paintings, very beautiful slogans, and where the child can learn to will develop the interest to read those things, because when a child is going through when a child is thinking that something is written there, the child will develop the interest that what is written there, shall I read that one? And if the child will able to read, then the child will comprehend those things and can gain the extra knowledge in that part also. So it is the role of the community, and also the community can engage the create will make the workshops, seminars, and after school programs can provide additional learning. The workshops, seminars is of course that is not only for the children, that may be arranged for the parents also, because all the parents are not that much of literate, or nowadays each and everyone is very very busy in their own work culture. So to make them aware about the parenting, the workshops and seminars also can be organized by the communities. Community can offer tutoring, mentoring programs for the parents as well as the students also. So libraries, each and every community should make sure that the library is there, and library reading clubs are there, maths and science clubs can be formed, and community tutoring volunteers can be engaged for tutoring and mentoring the children and to support the children. Yeah, and also we should take care about the, as I told, that the social deprived children, because our education believes in the inclusive society. So in inclusive society we have to take all together, all into the education stream and to work together. So to make it real, with there is a very important role of community also. So school community partnership can also be built. Schools can partner with NGOs, local businesses, as in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Also we offer each and every parent that if any parent or any NGO wants to contribute their any ideas, or wants to contribute their any type of resources with us, we always keen to give work with them in an association manner. And also you engage our alumni, other volunteers, to those who want to provide time and skills for the development of the children. So this can be also done by others also. The parents can also be involved in the education system. They can come to school and they can ask the parent, to us, to principal, to headmaster, or to some whoever the in charges are there, to that if they are having, if their parents are just thinking that they are having a very good skill in some of the sectors, then they can come to us, and by that the others can also be benefited. Other children are can benefited with those skills. So we always encourage these things, and it is also the responsibility of the community that they will also think about that. It is the education is not only the individual response of any school or a country, but rather than it is a collective responsibility of each and everyone. So what is the impact of why that it is the improved student? It will improve the student outcomes. The child will create interest for learning. The child will create interest to develop interest for learning the new things, and social and emotional development also will take place. The child will not introvert. Nowadays if you will see that the children are getting introvert nowadays, because the parents are, we being the parents, are not interacting with the child. Each and every parents nowadays are busy with their own professional life, और घर में आने के बाद हमें इतना टाइम भी नहीं मिलता कि हम बच्चों से बात करें. ये मैं सभी के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैक्सिमम में होता है कि बच्चों से बात करना हम कम कर देते हैं. और एक जनरल साइकोलॉजी के हिसाब से ये देखा गया है कि आजकल बच्चे बात करना बंद कर दिए हैं, जिसकी वजह से ADHD या ऑटिज्म जैसे कि केसेस दिन ब दिन बढ़ता जा रहा है, बिकॉज द चाइल्ड इज नॉट एबल टू स्पीक. एंड जब बच्चा बात नहीं करेगा, व्हेन द चाइल्ड इज नॉट एबल टू स्पीक, then the literacy skill cannot be developed, cognitive development of the brain also stops. So it is very important that each and every member in the community, in the society, in the and the parents should talk with the children in the early development stage. Improve self-esteem. When the child able to speak the word, then it of course improve the self-confidence. But a child who cannot talk properly, who is having not who is lack of communication skill, you will see that the child of course will get introvert, and it will be for the lifelong process. धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, बच्चा सबसे अलग हो जाता है. You always stick to the books. कभी कभी क्या होता है, जिसे हम किताबी क्या कहते हैं, the child may be a very good in the academics, but जब सोसाइटी की बात जब करते हैं, जब holistic development की बात करते हैं, तो the holistic development cannot take place with the children. So here it is also important that the foundational literacy numeracy को हम starting से ही, जो बच्चा जब बढ़ रहा है तभी से हम उसको importance दें. Some of what are the challenges? Main challenges are the time constraint for the parents, as I already discussed. समय की कमी है सभी के लिए. बट उस समय के कमी के बीच में हमें ये सोचना पड़ेगा, दिस इज द कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। आज अगर हम एक बच्चे को ठीक से बड़ा नहीं करेंगे तो आगे ही जाके हमारे कंट्री या तो हमारा जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम कभी भी स्ट्रेंथनिंग नहीं हो पाएगा। लैक ऑफ रिसोर्सेज एंड एक्सेस टू मटेरियल, एज आई टोल्ड दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन, सम ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन आर डिप्राइव्ड, सोशल क्लासेस आर देयर, तो उनके लिए हमारा कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दैट वी कैन प्रोवाइड देम रिसोर्सेज एंड टू एक्सेस द मटेरियल्स एंड अदर लर्निंग मटेरियल, जॉयफुल एक्टिविटीज, वो सब हम उनको दे सके। एंड डाइवर्स नीड एंड बैकग्राउंड ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स को भी एंटरटेन करना या तो एड्रेस करना काफी जरूरी है। ठीक है, तो फ्लेक्सिबल शेड्यूलिंग, ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज पेरेंट्स हो सकता है, कम्युनिटी फंड रेजिंग एंड पार्टनरशिप टू सिक्योर मटेरियल्स, टेलर प्रोग्राम टू मीट द नीड ऑफ डिफरेंट स्टूडेंट्स प्रोग्राम नीड टू बी डेवलप्ड। Long term planning, that is the development, this is the long building a sustainable model, develop vision and strategy for sustained community involvement, setting clear goals and milestones, regularly assessing the effectiveness of the program and adapting the strategies based on feedback outcomes is also important for the this to make this program very successful. So with this I end this session about the foundational literacy and numeracy. But before ending, I again want to say that each and every parent is important and each and every child is important for the society. So that's why it is our collective responsibility that the foundational literacy and numeracy must get strengthened. And now we have to make sure that each child can read, learn to read. Each child, हर एक बच्चा पढ़ सके. The child have to, we have to make them learn about the reading strategy so that at the later stage the child can read to learn. Thank you. सभी को नमस्कार.